Are you getting anything?
It's just coming up.
Okay, well, we're being born. We're live.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Barry Rigal and Jill Meyers.
Hi.
We're covering the Spector Rosenthal match. The margin is currently, I believe,
We're
61.
covering the Nickel Fleischer match.
Are you sure?
That's what I have.
I see Levin and Weinstein at one table.
Yeah, that's
Ross at the other.
the Nickel match. You said Spector
Yeah.
Rosenthal. So this is
Yes.
definitely Nickel
You're
Fleischer.
right. You're right. Okay.
Already, you will see. I'm always right, Barry.
Yes.
There you go. I guess Joe and Brad play weak no trump.
Yes, they're playing different systems at different vulnerabilities, and aggressive precision.
Okay.
Aggressive precision when non-vulnerable, and standard relatively disciplined in the context of those two players when vulnerable.
This is a, oh.
So on the left-hand screen, board 16, east-west, vulnerable, dealer west, east-west bidding unopposed, a check back, game forcing check back auction to 4 spades. In the other room, it looks like
very light to me, a very light 2 club overcall.
And he's finished in 4 clubs doubled. So let's check out 4 spades first of all, which will be declared by West, where it looks like the natural play will see you going down in 4 spades, losing a spade, 2 hearts, and a club.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Whereas in 4 clubs doubled,
What do you
declared
think
by,
of the 4 club bid? What do you think of the 2 club bid?
well, 2 club bid looks like a man who needs to try and generate a swing.
Yes, and I guess the 4 club bid sort of looks the same.
Yeah, I sort of, it doesn't offend me. But if your partner is going to bid 2 clubs with a hand like this, you do need to be a little bit more restrained about it. I don't think Marty would be expecting his partner to bid 2 clubs with this hand. Declarer has a heart and a club and 2 spades.
And 2 spades too. And 2 diamonds.
Yeah, and 2 diamonds, so it looks like 500.
Yeah.
And Declarer has guessed the Queen of Spades in the open on the left-hand screen.
Well, maybe he's trying to swing.
Indeed. Good moment to do it, I suppose. He's got 5 spades, 3 diamonds,
and
club, and eventually a heart trick.
Yeah. So the Fleischer team will pick up.
It's a little inconvenient for him when he cashed the King of Diamonds. Is he going to need to play a heart to the king now? I think he is. That was his last entry to hand.
Well done, Joe.
Well done, indeed. More than a vulnerable game swing at stake there, given the 500 result from the other room.
Yeah.
Pick up 3 instead of losing 12. So Jill, the 2 club overcall by South, by Chip Martell, presumably he didn't want to be defending and seeing his partner make the wrong opening lead. But with all those soft cards in the other suits, it doesn't strike me that if your partner chose to lead a spade, the suit you have Queen 3rd in, that you'd be that offended by it.
I agree. I think the club spots are so poor, and to me, the worst distribution if you're going to make a light 2 level overcall is 5-3-3-2.
And having queen third in your right-hand opponent's suit is a terrible holding on
So
offense
I
and
don't
good on
know that-
defense.
yeah, so maybe Chip was trying to generate a swing.
Yep. Yep. Maybe playing against Nick and Ralph, the idea is to get in and try and push them around. Nickel and Katz are probably the most conservative pair in the field who's left for sure, but even possibly in the original field of 16 teams.
They're solid and conservative.
Yeah.
Although Ralph does some very clever things.
Oh, yes. Yes. So, Bobby Levin opened a diamond, 1 spade overcall, 2 spades showing a diamond raise, 3 diamonds minimum from north. Marty Fleischer opened a club, which shows a balanced hand consistent with a doubleton club and 5 diamonds, but not typically with 5-4 in diamonds and a major. Another opportunity to try and generate a swing. And I think the diamond fit might now be lost, but I'm not sure.
What and 2 clubs is just a.
I think that's the minors. We had this auction against Chip and Marty when we played them in the quarterfinal match.
Then they will know. Then they will. Oh, 1 diamond is unbalanced, so I guess.
Well, yeah. To me, that looks like an unbalanced hand, but
like
maybe I'm old-fashioned.
And now they were able to show.
Right.
With both minors.
And Al Hollander is confirming that 2 clubs did show the
minors, yeah.
And enforcing the opening bid style is a club is 11 to 13 balanced. So South was pulling in his horns quite a lot on this deal.
So at the other table, yeah.
A revolutionary way to get to diamonds by opening your 5-card suit.
Yes.
How old-fashioned.
They played the old-fashioned, so they're going to make 4.
Meanwhile, in this room, North-South have tried to play for penalties, redoubling 2 diamonds.
I think we're going to get action here.
Yeah.
We'll just be 2 spades, and yeah,
I'm sure
it's going to be 3 diamonds.
Yeah. So Martel would expect Fleischer to have 5 diamonds in a balanced hand, which he sort of does, and 11 to 13.
So it's going to be 2 diamonds, 3 diamonds at both.
Yep.
Flat board.
Yep. But how much more exciting to have this auction than open a mundane 1 diamond and have partner raise the suit. I feel like Chip is giving us good value for money already.
There you go. And you have to know your system really well to remember all that, you know. No slips, but they've been playing together so long, it's not an issue. Okay,
Yes,
Marty's 2 diamond could still be 4 diamonds and 3 clubs.
No. Right. I'm trying to remember, when did Chip and Marty start playing together? I guess Marty and
5 years ago, or I know when they started playing together, right after Bali.
Okay, so that was 2014.
13. Because it was definitely right after Bali. Did Chip play with Zia in Bali?
I know that Marty was playing with Mike Camel at that point.
The reason I remember is because I flew home with Chip and Jay on, and Chip was telling me that he was starting a partnership with Marty, and it was after Bali.
Gotcha.
That would have been it, because I remember the long ride, and I remember that part.
So we have a new board starting on our left-hand screen. 1 diamond from Brad Moss, favorable vulnerability. That's precision, I think.
Yeah.
1 hard overcall, 3 clubs by West, probably both minors again.
I think so.
and you'd imagine that North is going to bid something like 4 diamonds, because he expects his opponents perhaps to be competing to 5 diamonds. He wants to get the diamond shortness across to partner, set up a game force, and help him with a 5-level decision.
Right, especially at this vulnerability.
As the cards lie, 6 hearts by South is probably where you want to be.
Yeah. I think they'll get there. Let's see.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
They have 10 opposite 10, but you can see how distribution plays.
Yeah,
Distribution and fit is so important.
I mean, from North's point of view, there could be 3 clubs to lose off the top. So he doesn't really want to go past 4 hearts on his own account. On the other hand, if he's prepared to gamble that,
Yeah. So Nick made whereas Joe was able to show minors, Nick just cubed.
which is also perfectly reasonable in the context of a real diamond and real open bid values.
Except that the 3 club bid showing both minors makes the East hand definitely more desirable of taking a save.
Right. Do you think Marty Fleischer has a 3-spade fit jump available now? Would not surprise me.
Yeah, that would be a perfect.
Yeah.
And Bobby did bid 4 diamonds, and
Right.
Brad did bid 5 diamonds. And I think Steve is going to bid.
I would guess that he was, I was going to say he was going to pass, but he beat me to it.
And he said he's going to sit for 5 diamonds doubled because they play pass and pull is better. He's planning to sit for 5 diamonds doubled.
But Levin will bid 5 hearts in front of him, I
Levin
think.
will definitely bid 5 hearts.
Okay, so slightly different. Marty Fleischer's jumped to 4 clubs. Now that could just be an out and out psych for all I know. But I hope Al will reveal the details, whether it's a fit jump in clubs or
He's shuffling through the notes, Barry. He's not, that one doesn't pop right up. Alert.
It does say fit show. Okay. I've been watching Marty play when he's not trying to swing. And believe me,
Shocked me.
not easy to predict his actions. I like the fit jump. Wouldn't you be prepared to play 6 hearts on a non-club lead?
Yeah. Oh, now Bobby bid 5 hearts, so.
It seems entirely reasonable.
It does.
I don't think Steve has an easy continuation here.
Yeah, well, we knew Bobby bid 5 hearts. Yeah. And actually, yeah. The 3 hearts, if anybody was going to have the queen hearts, the 3 hearts on the right, you're off queen 4 the hearts, and lefty showed both minors.
So no swing here, I think, because Marty Fleischer only bid 5 hearts over the 5 diamonds competition. I thought he was going to gamble out 6 hearts, but it may be that Martel's 4 heart bid over 4 clubs was his weakest option, and that was what persuaded Fleischer not to do more. After 2 boards, Jill, in the other match, Rosenthal has picked up 17 imps. So that one is getting a bit closer.
I don't know where you find the other.
Okay, it's on the bottom of my screen under the right-hand table
Oh,
result.
there you go. Yeah, right. I didn't look there. Okay. Well, it's making the match a little more interesting.
Yep, yep. Jill, are you playing much bridge at the moment?
No,
Too
I'm
much
playing
work, or
a lot of work, lots of work.
do you have any movies that you'd like to advertise for us to watch?
Well, I don't really work on a lot of movies, Barry. I
It's
kind of,
television.
I
Is it-
pivoted. Yeah. So yes, Monday night, watch on Fox, Beat Shazam, and don't forget the lyrics. They're tag teaming, and they're both launching Monday night. And particularly Beat Shazam is it's really good.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx is the host. You asked me. They
Yes.
taped it last week. We were supposed to tape it in February in Ireland, and because of COVID and Jamie Foxx's schedule, they moved it. They had moved to last week, and it launches Monday. So we've had 1 week to do all of this. So the
Okay.
answer is no, I'm not playing a lot of bridge.
So the set score is 3-0 to Fleischer after 3 deals, but by no means dull hands. All the boards have had at least 1 point of interest. Moving to board 19, where south is the dealer and east-west are vulnerable.
Well, let's see. South is the dealer.
You figure that east-west will find their spade fits. South may come into proceedings and bid diamonds. Neither south could open 2 diamonds even if they wanted to. One plays Flannery, one plays multi.
Does anybody play reverse Flannery here over Club Pass?
Good point. It's extremely likely that at least one of the pairs does. And
Well,
in fact,
Brad and Joe.
there you go. Yes. So in theory, Jill, should one play double of 2 diamonds by a passed or unpassed hand as both minors, or just as diamond lead director? As a passed hand, I'm sure diamond lead director is sensible.
Well, definitely as a diamond lead director. So just so you know, on the reverse Flannery, I think that Brad showed a minimum. I think they would bid 2 hearts with a maximum.
Right.
But this doesn't show invitational values. I think 2 hearts.
Mhm. And as we say, Levin in this auction knows that his partner didn't have a 2 diamond preempt available. His hand looks very defensively oriented.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine a reason for, I suppose that Weinstein could consider balancing with a takeout double. He knows the opponents are an 8-card fit because his partner has values and didn't overcall. But his sold out to 2 spades. In the other room, you could just about imagine Martel facing that redouble, trying to get both minors into play. I don't think he will, but if he were looking for a swing, he might.
Now I wonder if Nick's double was support.
Yes.
The Ralph did 2 hearts.
I believe that Nick and Ralph play optional support doubles. That's to say that the support double is not compulsory with a minimum hand in the 12-14 range with 3 spades.
But he still made a double and it would be support double. So he opted for the double. But so it's a little odd that I don't know what 2 hearts is here. Is that a game tryout? If he's making support double, it's kind of, I don't know.
Like it was just intended as natural in case there was a 4-4 fit, perhaps.
Very exciting. They're playing a lot of the same contract.
Mm. So we saw in two spades by West, the diamond lead by 11, declarer won the king of diamonds at trick 1, and North-South have,
Like the queen of clubs and another diamond. So now
Yep.
they're 3 tricks then.
and it looks like they have the ace of hearts and a spade to come. You'll notice against Ralph Katz, the club lead has set up a discard for declarers diamond losers. So he's certainly going to be making the contract in comfort, whereas he's struggling in two spades, and this will be the most managed.
Well, he's got a count on the hand now.
Right. He's looking for some kind of
He
elopement.
played that club in order to. He got a good count on the hand by doing that.
Yeah. Nicely done by West, but
Yeah.
probably all that will serve to do is hold the loss to an imp or two. We're moving on to board 20 on the left-hand screen, where both sides are vulnerable. West is the dealer, and East-West have 11 tricks in fairly straightforward fashion in hearts. North-South have 9 tricks in clubs. Jill, do you want to stick with this match or switch over? That's a question.
I'm fine. It's up to you.
Okay. No, we'll stay where we are. Thank you.
I will do whatever you want to do, Barry.
No, no, no. I'm happy.
First time in my life.
So, as I say, it looks like North-South's target is to get to 5 clubs as quickly as possible and hope their opponents misjudge, or alternatively,
I don't know. They're
6 clubs.
vulnerable, Bear. I mean, they're 7-2-2-2. So
I agree. I'm not saying that in theory they want to do that, but in practice,
right.
they could.
Looking at both hands.
Yeah, you'd want to get to 6 clubs, invest a couple of imps, and hope that your opponents overbid to 6 hearts. They've got a lot of high cards. They just happen to be off 2 aces, but they may not be able to diagnose that quickly.
Well, this hand's probably going to bid 4 clubs if they play.
Indeed, and South was certainly bid 5 clubs over that. And when West bids 5 hearts, not making a slam try, East won't probably do any more. He's, after all, shown his singleton club already. It's one of those auctions where West wants to compete to the 5 level, but to deny slam values in doing so. And a well-ordered partnership will have a way to do that over 5 clubs where there's a forcing pass. What would be your style?
I would think, well, if they bid 4 clubs, I would bid 5 hearts over 5 clubs.
And have that mean not slamish, but extra offense.
Yeah.
And would
And
you
the 6 hard, yeah.
would you play double and pass inverted here? Is that one of
I don't play double and pass
Right.
invert here. Do you?
No, but I think it's probably a good idea. The Rosenthal lead on the set is now
It's up to
30-0.
Would you rather switch?
Perhaps we're bringing them good luck by not watching them. I'm able to put the hex on most people one way or another, so maybe we'll give them a couple more boards to pick up before we
Are
mess
you
up their
rooting
chances.
for Rosenthal?
I don't have any strong preferences one way or another.
I think the Spectre team has been on a complete roll. They've been doing amazing.
Yes.
It was
course.
unfortunate coming to Italy, but I mean, they're a really solid team and they're young, which is great. I love to see the younger,
Yeah.
teams doing really well. And
They had a lot of bad luck in Italy because John Hurd and his partner were both sidelined by testing positive for COVID.
and so was my partner. My partner was also.
Right.
So there are a lot of people that happened to. Is horrible. Don't get me going.
I think the Rosenthal team was very
affected.
fortunate to
Yeah.
make it through to the finals, but that was
They
because
had people to fill in.
yes, you had to be the right
they-
country, the
yeah.
right place.
And they let people fill in that hadn't played in the event. And like, look at the Italians lost 2 people and they let 2 people come in that they flew them in from Rome. The Bulgarians lost half of their team and couldn't field it, so they had to withdraw. I mean, I don't think the WBF handled it well between you and me.
I think the idea of protecting people against being disqualified by COVID was a reasonable approach. Whether or not it was the right approach and precisely the right approach, I don't know. But at least this way, nobody was tempted to play when they tested positive for COVID, or at least.
Well, now can you explain to me why only the Americans got pulled out after 1 quarter of the quarterfinals and they were the only ones, all the Americans, to get tested?
Well, I know
the mixed got tested. Yeah.
Debbie Rosenberg had tested positive
Right.
the night before, so her team all tested and 3 of them were positive. And at that stage, I think it was because of the association, physical association with people who had already tested positive that led to them being tested. That's my understanding.
But I don't think people hang out with other teams. And there were a lot of teams that were there and they stopped play the next day. They handled it poorly. They handled it poorly.
Yeah, I'm going to say in retrospect, they might have done something different, but it's not an easy situation to get stuff right. Okay. We see Brad Moss thinking over 5 hearts.
And that auction went exactly as we thought.
Yeah. And I would think it's probably going to do the same same start, a heart past 4 clubs, whether Chip bids 5 clubs or something more imaginative, I don't know. Well, Brad Moss has raised 5 hearts to 6. This was one of the things we talked about.
Exactly, because and that's one of the things that a lot of times they say, if you're not sure, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if you're right, then you've done the right thing.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens here.
I suppose Chip might think about bidding 6 clubs, again, trying to create a swing.
I'm guessing he won't.
I agree with you. 5 clubs seems like it does enough. The auction may have gone differently in the other room up to that point. On your left-hand screen, East-West are non-vulnerable, so 1 club is strong. And I suppose East-West want to get to 6 clubs as the cards lie, looks relatively easy. I suppose you might make 7 clubs on a very good day, but that's probably not today.
Unless you need a swing.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your thought about going down on a slam on one hand, about being aggressive on the next hand?
That's a very good question. I don't think anything is going to stop Brad and Joe being aggressive
Right. But
on
in
every
general,
bit.
do you feel
Yeah.
like psychologically you pull back a little bit? Well, Nick
Yeah,
passed
so
5 clubs.
there's always the temptation to bid more when you have a bad result. Okay, Al will probably fill us in on a club and no trump. I think it's just clubs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. One no
Slight
trump
plus
response is 5 plus spades.
spades.
Ah, so East West have bid clubs twice, but they haven't actually named the suit yet.
And now he'll bid clubs.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Zerf. Okay.
We're not allowed to ask why, so we won't.
So Nick and Ralph stayed out of the slam.
Well bid.
Nick passed, Ralph Q, Nick signed off.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that was a well-conceived auction. Ralph had room to bid 5 diamonds, and now it was easy to reject the 5-heart try. Obviously, if Nick had bid 5 hearts over 5 clubs, perhaps that would have shown a better hand and passed, and this route was weaker than the other route, which is a perfectly playable style.
Problem though, if partner doubles 5 clubs, are you going to sit? I guess you have to.
I think so. I mean, your hand is suitable for defense, bad long hearts.
This is a very good hand to discuss with your partners.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Absolutely. And playing pass as a transfer to double and double as action might give you a little more flexibility on these auctions if that happened to be your style.
I'm going to discuss this with my partner.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you are too.
I think we have an agreement on this position already, but it may not be the same one. Okay, on our left-hand screen, West showed 5 spades at his first turn and 4 diamonds at his second, and he was relayed for shape a 3rd time. And I do not know why East bid 3 diamonds rather than 3 clubs over 2 no, but I'm hoping Al will tell us.
No, wait a minute. He showed 5 spades.
Then he showed 4 clubs. The 2 diamond bid apparently showed 4 or more clubs. 2 hearts relayed and 2 no said something.
One no is 5, but 2 no exactly 5 spades.
Okay. So maybe 3 diamonds is something agreeing clubs, I'm not sure.
Well, again, well done by Ralph and Nick.
Yep. This next board, though, is going to be a very difficult one for standard. Finding the club fit on this auction after, let's say, a diamond past a spade would be very hard. And if East shows diamonds and a major by 2 clubs, 2 something, 3 hearts, the club fit has probably vanished.
Yeah.
So I think East-West will do particularly well to find clubs in a natural base, whereas in a strong club base, it's so much easier.
Three hearts equals 3 or 4. What? What
Aces, kings, and queen points. Tsar points is what Nistrom and Kulin play. Ace is 3, king is 2, queen is 1. East may be very discouraged at the prospect of slam if he thinks he's facing something like 5-4 in spades and clubs. It's the extra club length that is very hard, even in the strong club base, to get across.
So now we have 2 clubs, 2 hearts alert. What is Nick's 2 heart bid on the other table?
Probably controls.
They're probably playing controls.
I think over 2 clubs, but Al will confirm that.
I'm sure you're right.
It's hard to imagine what else 2 hearts would be. I'm just guessing.
ZZ comes from original Nystrom document where author used ZZ as placeholder. Oh. Two hearts, 2 controls, right. 3 diamonds. 3 hearts must be a transfer of spades, huh?
I have never seen that method played.
Well, what would it be?
I was going to say, I mean, you look at the hand and you say it must be spades, and that seems very recent.
I think it shows 11 cards in the black suits. Ralph and Nick have that understanding there.
Step 1 is 11 cards, yes.
3 hearts is 0 to 1 diamond. Oh,
Oh, very good. That's not very helpful, just trying to guess play now. But if West is natural 3 spades, then East would have bid 3 no trumps happily over it.
well, maybe now Ralph will bid 3 no, and maybe Nick will bid 4 clubs.
He might bid 3 no, but bear in mind he doesn't know his partner has spades.
I thought he did.
No, 2 hearts showed the first ball showed 2 controls.
Right. So now Ralph might try. Wow, this
we do. I mean, it's really badly placed.
Yeah, really badly. He can't just bid 4 hearts.
This is a truly impossible.
This is an impossible, difficult hand.
Yeah, and bear in mind, from East's perspective, his partner might have the king of hearts and king of clubs, and they could be off the whole spade suit in 3-0, while they could make 7 and 7 hearts or 7 clubs or 7 diamonds or something. So he has no idea what to do.
See, he did bid 4 hearts.
Which seems like a very sensible thing to do. And now Nick has no idea what trumps are. No idea what suit should be trumps. How about 5 no trumps?
Well, 4 hearts is natural. It says
he knows his partner has. So Nick's best bid over 4 hearts would be 3 no trumps. But
here's the deal also. What's 4 spades over 4 over?
I would think a cubid in support of hearts.
So this is.
You know, would it amaze you to see Nickel pass 4 hearts?
Yeah, I think maybe if 4-0 is to play here, he has to be 4-0, Barry.
Okay, if it were natural, that would be just fine. If 4 spades is a cubid and 5 clubs is a cubid, that's good. And of course, if West bids 5 clubs, East would raise it to 6 maybe, but this is a terrible hand for their methods. In the other room.
Yeah, no, I'm complete. When a no trump showing, a club and no trump showing.
I believe at the point that we got to 3 hearts, West had shown 5 spades, 4 or more clubs, and something like an ace and a queen. And when East bid 3 spades as a sort of waiting bid, West bid 4 diamonds, and at some point East is going to do something like bid 5 no trumps, pick a slam, because he's got no idea what trumps are either.
Right, nobody knows. It's the missing trump suit. So Barry,
Mhm.
without thinking of both hand, looking at the hands, if East had opened a standard 2 clubs and you weren't playing Nick and Ralph's methods, would you just up and bid 2 spades now so that you could show both suits? I would.
It seems like I would bid 2 spades over 2 clubs, but if I bid 2
Ball,
diamonds,
ball,
as
ball, yeah.
yeah,
You
It's-
catch, yeah.
I mean, I'll also let you in on a secret that I would have opened the East hand 1 diamond, but you don't have to tell anybody else. It will be our secret.
I don't mind opening 1 diamond, but I'm saying if your partner opens
yeah.
2 clubs, I think you have to bid 2 spades just because you have a second suit and you're never going to
Yeah.
get to express your hand otherwise. If I were 5-3-3-2, I wouldn't, but
I'm a strong believer in the idea that 2 clubs past 2 hearts does not guarantee a great suit, because it never preempts partner out of their next call. If they were going to bid no trumps naturally, they can do it anyway.
yeah.
And it's very easy to lose the majors or describe
Right.
your values precisely. If it goes 2 clubs past 2 diamonds and you have an 8 count,
Right.
you never know when to make a slam try.
Right. I like 1 diamond also, but if you open 2 clubs, I think you have to, the other end has to bid 2 spades. Now Brad saying 4-0, do something.
Nobody knows what trumps are in either room. Oh, well done, Nick. Nick bid 5 clubs over 4 hearts, and now Ralph can raise it to 6 and let his partner pick the trump suit.
Well, as long as
This is what
5
he
clubs
wants.
has in a heart cubit, but he could
Well-
bid 6 clubs anyway.
Exactly. Covers all the bases.
So Barry, Joe
Yep.
and Brad are in 4-0. And once again, Nick and Ralph are doing great here. They bid a slam when they should have, and they didn't bid a slam when they shouldn't have. And they're having a
Indeed.
great set.
That was a really Nick. They dug themselves into a pit with their methods, and Nick found the only way out. It was certainly possible his side would have gone minus, let alone missing the slam, and he gets a lot of credit there. A lot of credit.
He got a lot of credit on the last hand too with his judgment.
Absolutely.
Next, okay, yep.
And Marty Fleischer doubled 6 clubs. Not sure whether that was just on general principles. That seems like a
Yeah.
reasonable shot in the context of the match, and very few imps at stake as a result of it, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to scare them out of where they were.
And I do agree with Al when he made a comment that it was unusual that Brad and Joe didn't get to 6 clubs on their relay off.
Yeah. It sort of feels like if you're playing a strong club and you have a positive response, you ought to be able to identify the distribution of the hand opposite.
Yeah.
If you can't, then it's your methods that are at fault, or your judgment. And particularly when we see pairs like Kit Woolsey and Bart Bramley identifying the jacks in their relay sequence after having got the full pattern across, you might argue that there was definitely a weakness there in the system.
Oh, no, now Chip led a club. They're gonna make a lot.
But Declare always had 7 clubs, 3 diamonds, a spade, and a heart for
I know.
12. The question is, does he have a simple play for 13? My guess is Declare would plan simply to draw trumps, whether in 2 or 3 rounds, and then give up the jack of spades. That comes to 12 tricks without having to think too hard about it. There's
Exactly.
an awful lot to be said for, certainly for 12 tricks and a double slam without working
Exactly.
at it too hard.
So they made 10, 4
Yep.
together table, which is, so this is gonna be another, what's the score for 6 clubs doubled making 6, 1090 or something?
1090, 1090. Not quite one of those tax returns, but very close.
No.
And as far as I know, nothing significant happened in the year 1090.
Spectre picked up a little bit.
Right, it was a game swing, putting the margin back to 52. So Declare can cash ace, king, queen of diamonds, and pitching a heart from dummy and rough a diamond. And if they break, he has 13. And if they don't, he can choose between finesses to take, probably playing north for the queen of hearts, I guess, for the king of hearts. As the cards lie, probably 12 tricks is the limit, but still 12 imps for, or 13 imps for his side.
Now we're on the other hand here, and nobody started bidding yet.
Right, it's dealer east with east-west vulnerable. I guess Steve Weinstein might open a diamond.
I think
He can't
you
open
will.
2 diamonds, and 3 diamonds seems too distorted, and passing is unacceptable.
Exactly.
They rip up your ACBL master point card and ban you from the event if you pass hands with good suits.
And yeah. And the
Our systems guru says we should not bet against pass, but so both Jill and I believe that passing hands with good suits when you're non-vulnerable, just playing for the other side. But there again, since Steve believes that Flannery is a good system on opening bid, maybe we shouldn't trust his judgment on this end either.
now they're up 102.
at this vulnerability, would you even consider as North after a diamond, a spade, two diamonds, staying out of game? I mean, it's possible that they may play two no trump as forcing anyway, so that they couldn't bid it and have it be invitational.
I think that they would play two no's, not forcing.
So would you then,
I
as
mean, forcing, I think they do play it's forcing.
right? Would North just bid three no trumps and dare the opponents to beat him?
Well, the jack of diamonds isn't the queen, but it's still the jack.
Hmm.
So it could be a finesse way to making it, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Because if
when
you
you-
had if you had six not so great diamonds and, you know, at a 12 count, you might rebid a no trump. Don't you agree?
my guess is that North will look favorably on jack eight doubleton of diamonds.
I agree.
Bid three no, but he bid two no, and again, it may conceivably be forcing, asking partner to bid shortness if
Right.
maximum, or three diamonds if minimum. Three no if maximum with no shortness.
That seems to be the popular way to play these days.
Yeah, I'm too old for that sort of thing. No trumps means no trumps. In the other room, a diamond is now shows lengths.
What is two clubs?
Diamonds. They play because one diamond's unbalanced.
Right. I forgot. Right. And Bobby bid three now.
Okay. So Levin's 2-0 bid was designed to check whether partner had a singleton club, in which case perhaps 3-0 wouldn't have been so great. To beat 3-0 after a heart lead, you'd certainly need to shift to a spade at trick 2 and then go back to hearts, but declarer could duck that and drive out the ace of clubs and lose. Actually, maybe not. If the play goes heart, spade, the defenders might get.
Are they likely to shift to a club or a spade? I mean, Bobby did bid spades.
Indeed, but you know, partner isn't stacked in clubs. He can't be beating the contracting clubs, otherwise the auction would have gone slightly differently.
Well, that you think they'd have bid two clubs?
Yeah. Well, so let's see. In both rooms, North has bid spades, and in the only defense after the Queen of Hearts holds is to shift to a spade. West must play the ace and go back to hearts. Declarer must duck that. And now the defenders have to play a second spade, after which I think they have the upper hand.
Yeah, but that's a
nobody's going to find that, and if they do,
Barry Rigal would find it.
No, only in the post-mortem. And if you find too many of those defenses on BBO, they take your license to play away.
There you go.
You'll notice that Ralph Katz and Nick Nickel play standard signals. I'm guessing that there probably aren't more than one pair in 6 or one pair in 8 of the pairs playing in this event.
Okay, well, Ralph shifted to a club, so that's the end of that.
Certainly felt like the most simple way to beat the hand would be to shift to a club and find partner with the jack of diamonds, let's say an ace jack fifth of clubs, something like that, when you might get the suits going in time.
Yeah, I'll be right back. How was your massage? It's good, isn't she? What? Yeah, I really love her massage. It's got strong hands for them. You too.
The Spectre team has chalked up another game swing. So the margin is back to 62 after Rosendahl had reduced it to 39.
I'm hungry.
Same defense, Jill, in both rooms. The club shift at trick 2
Yeah, it
was,
sort of seems normal.
yeah, what else can you do? I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. I'm looking ahead of myself. We're stuck with Ralph Katz's play. Brad has not played to trick 2 yet. Sorry. So Marty Fleischer ran the Jack of Diamonds and then played diamonds from the top, assuming that Ralph Katz would have covered from Queen 9, 4th of diamonds, which seems eminently reasonable. Except his partner might have had the bear 9, I suppose, on a different day. Not today. Okay, so we're still waiting for Brad to play to trick 2 on the previous hand. New board.
Oh, this one looks interesting.
Dealer is east, east-west vulnerable.
And I love distributional hands. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Well, Ralph's gonna, Nick's the dealer.
Yeah, it feels like a simple 1 spade, 2 spades hand.
You don't think that's close to limit raise?
I add up my high cards and I come to 9, and I try to have a good 10 count to do more. And you know, the cards always lie badly for me, Jill, whereas they always lie well for you. So
No,
you've got into the habit of finding 3-2 trump breaks with the honor on side. Whereas for me, the only time they're not 4-1 is when they're 5-0.
because you forget to smile at the cards.
I tried smiling once. I didn't like it.
Oh, he bid 2 spades.
Yeah.
Well, since people open like these days.
True. And, you know, especially if you're playing a 14-16 or a 14-17 no
Right.
trump, when you open a spade, most of the time you have 11 to 14.
Al, I like Al, reverse facial expression. Smile is discouraging. It's called facial expression Smith Echo. You smile if you like it.
Brad eventually shifted to a diamond at trick 2, which was a really interesting play. I don't understand it. As we can see, almost all defenses would have allowed the contract to mate. So Nickel did not make a game try. Marty Fleischer bounced with 3 clubs. Ralph came again with 3 hearts. And do you believe in the doctrine of teach them a sharp lesson, TTASL? If your opponents reopen you out of part score, you have to double them for penalties or bid game. I believe Nickel is not part of that particular school, but when I played bridge in my youth, that was one of the rules was Nickel would not be allowed to bid only 3 spades here. He has to bid 4.
Is he allowed to pass? I mean,
With
not
the
on
right
your
hand.
pass.
Yeah, with
Just
the right
kidding.
hand. I think I don't think this is the right hand to pass it.
I would have made a game try with that hand. Because if you can bid 2 spades on the east hand, you have to make a game try on the other hand. In my opinion.
Okay, there are a lot of people out there who are listening to Jill talking and writing down that when she makes a game try the next time, you have to double her when she bids game.
He bid only 3 spades.
So we're still stuck a board and a half behind on our left-hand screen. So I think declare we'll just lose the last 2 tricks, a heart and a club. No, he still has trump control. He may guess it right and make the over trick.
He will guess it right. That other hand has shown up with too many high cards.
Yep. Yep. And particularly when you're playing against Marty Fleischer, if he does an overcall, then you can reasonably assume that he's not going to have as much as ace of hearts, ace of spades, and king, queen, fifth of clubs, because he probably would have bid with that hand.
Exactly.
Okay, we can see that they've reached 4 spades in the other room after a constructive 1-2 sequence. Joe Guru. Again, it's a swing possible board. I like his approach.
I do too. I mean, I would.
Yeah.
How do you not make a game try on that? Especially playing constructive raises.
Of course, it's fair to say that Nickel has generated so many imps for his team and pair just simply by being always having his bid.
I totally agree with you. I'm not. I mean, the killer bid that he made was bidding 5 clubs on that hand. They were in an entangled web. So
Indeed.
that was brilliant. You have to remember also he showed shortness in he did show shortness in diamonds. So it had to be natural, I think. Unless he had long hearts.
Another very interesting looking board. Certainly good for the Fleischer team if they want to see swings. Nickel opened a club, heard a 1 spade overcall, passed back to him. Does 3 diamonds show this hand?
Yep.
That's what his bid. It's an auction I have never seen before, but it can't really be anything else.
Nope.
And if I had to guess what East would do, I think with a fourth diamond, he might do something like make a bloomer bid of 3 spades. But here, I think you're just supposed to raise diamonds.
I agree.
And as the cards lie, 6 diamonds looks very straightforward. Let's say you win the spade lead, ruff a club, win the ace of hearts, ruff another club, draw some trumps with trumps 3-2. But it's a little more tricky if trumps are 4-1. In the other room, 1 club is strong. And now.
Oh, Nick will go to 5 now for sure. I'm gonna go to bit of slam now for sure. Unless 5 diamonds is not a good hand.
Well,
That's the rival.
yeah,
But you
it's-
have to have something to bid 5 diamonds. You
Yeah.
don't.
I think it's going to be very hard for Brewer to find diamonds now.
Yeah, this is strong.
Yeah.
Well, did they have a way to show both minor? Oh, he bid 3 plus. Must show
After a
both
nat,
minors.
after a
Diamonds.
very, very hard.
3 clubs was alerted. Maybe it shows both minors.
Possible,
I'm good.
as opposed to just strong.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, just strong this time. Yeah. Again, nickel and cats have really,
Yeah. Their high level decisions have been great.
it's not an easy 6 diamonds to play, by the way, on a spade lead. I mean, we can see that you can rough out the clubs, but the 4-1 trump break might leave you sort of awkwardly placed. Are you supposed to run the king of clubs at trick 2? I really don't know.
And Nick, you know, Nick's been the one making so many spot on decisions here. Except he didn't bid a game. He's doing all the slams right. Well, surely, yep, they're going to get to 6 diamonds.
In the other room, where Brad is, I guess, shown a penalty double of the 1 spade overcall, is he going to do more than bid 5 diamonds over 4 diamonds? If he does, Joe may be a bit worried that he's going to buy spade values and not the ace of diamonds. So I don't think East-West are out of the woods yet in getting to 6 diamonds.
Again, it's a difficult hand.
Yes.
And
I mean, it's curious how badly the strong club has worked on the 2 auctions that we've seen.
so Brad bid 4 spades, which I'm not sure with. Maybe that's just some kind of try.
Yep. And 5 no trumps, pick a minor.
Yeah, because I don't think Brad would be making a try without an ace and 1 in the minor.
Yep.
I mean, you.
So Nickel, I guess, is going to overtake the diamonds, playing for diamonds to be 3 2. It may not look a terribly convincing line, but it's hard to see anything better.
Actually, you can make 7 on the sand. It's pretty scary, but you can.
Yeah. Yes, you would need a series of minor miracles in the club suit and not quite a miracle, but just a helpful 3-2 trump break. And if the cards did not cooperate, you'd probably go down in 5.
Yeah, so they got to 6 diamonds at the other table as well.
Well done. Well done indeed. That was, again, a very tricky and valuation problem.
Wow, it was big overtaking it. There's another reason they were vulnerable. East West was vulnerable in the hand. They didn't get to 4 spades. I can't let go of this hand, but they were vulnerable. That's another reason to bid a game.
Yep. Okay, so a 2-card plus balanced 1 club for Marty Fleischer, 11 to 13 if balanced. South will transfer to spades, and I imagine that Nick Nickel has a takeout double of some sort available after a club pass a heart. In this situation, some partnerships, myself included, play double and 1 spade, both as takeouts of spades, but double emphasizes diamonds and 1 spade emphasizes clubs. It's nice, isn't it, Jill, that in one room the bidding starts a club pass a heart, and in the other room the bidding starts a diamond pass a spade.
Oh, I love it.
So Marty Fleischer's 1 spade bid is like a support double auction, suggesting 3 spades and 11 to 13. And I suspect South will rebid a no trump now, and that might end the auction. Meanwhile, Brad Moss is going to have the dubious pleasure of playing
2 clubs.
2 clubs on the
Oh
4-3
no, Joe bid 2 no.
Obviously, he believed that 2 clubs showed values because East might have passed without it, but that seems a very dubious decision to me. Well, no double, but considerable trouble. The Fleischer team is playing 1-0 in one room and 2-0 in the other room. And the only bit of good news is that one of those contracts is non-vulnerable. I've heard of declarer's advantage, but if you can manage to take 15 tricks on this hand, it will prove the point beyond what's reasonable. Comment from Al Hollander that on the hand we just saw played in 6 diamonds, both tables played in 3 diamonds in the other room.
Oh my God. Oh my, look at that. Wow.
So Bobby Levin knows that Joe Gru has only a doubleton spade. In order to avoid being end played later on in the hand, he's cashed the ace-king of spades early, and now only has to decide whether a diamond or a heart is the more passive exit in this position. His partner's 7 of spades looks like no strong preference one way or the other. He's known to have 8-7-5 left. So Jill, as in Steve Weinstein's position, are you supposed to exit with the 10 of diamonds or your low diamond?
I think the 10. What do you think?
I honestly don't know. You know, a partner has something like, there you go. Now, of course, Levin cannot play a second club now. If he did, that would allow the entry to dummy. Equally, if Steve Weinstein had 5 clubs, he probably wouldn't have shifted to a diamond. He would have played back a club.
Correct. How about the 7 of hearts?
That would be my guess as the least disruptive exit. You can always, it's never going to cost you a trick.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep, I agree with Al.
It looks like Joe Gru can infer that North is 2-4-4, sorry, 3-4-4-2.
Oh, look.
Wow.
He's going to make it.
So talk about declarer's advantage. I believe Chip Martell is coming to 7 tricks in 1 no trump. And Joe Grew is coming to 8 tricks the other way.
Nicely done, Joe Grew.
Yeah. Just imagine what would have happened if they'd had the lead at the first trick.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Chip Martell's coming to 8 tricks. I guess Nickel is lucky neither of the pair bid gained. Is Joe Grew going to open 2 no trumps, playing for a swing? I guess opening 2 no at least has the advantage of doing something you know to be different to what's happening in
It
the
also
other
has
room.
the advantage of protecting your tennises.
Yep, yep.
I don't mind opening 2-0 on that. I've just found these hands are more awkward not to do it.
Yeah.
It's not like you have ace, king, queen, 5th of hearts, and ace, king, queen, 4th of diamonds.
Right.
And he did open 2-0.
Okay. But bear in mind, Joe's penchant is for opening no trumps at whatever level with whatever might qualify for the hand, whereas you could guarantee that Nick Nickel would open 1 heart planning to rebid, and I cannot blame him for that.
Well, Marty's going to bid some number of spades.
3 is a pretty decent number.
Yeah.
Marty is a firm believer in think of a number, double it, then add 1.
Yeah.
So Joe Grew is in 3-0, where presumably he is going to win the first spade cheaply and play a diamond to dummy and take a deep heart finesse. When that holds, he'll have 9 tricks. When I say deep heart finesse, the 10 would be the finesse, not the deepest of the finesses. Okay, Marty only thought of a number and doubled it. He didn't add 1.
There
But
you
3
go.
spades might have worked better.
Well, Ralph's going to pass. Oh, Ralph did pass.
You would think, wouldn't you, that Nickel would reopen with a double and convert 3 clubs to 3 diamonds? That would be my guess as to what his style would be. And then the question is whether Ralph is going to take another call. Not obvious.
Well, they're vulnerable, Barry.
It's
I
true.
don't think he's going to reopen with double. I'm into that. I think. Well, I don't. Are they playing Liebensall here, or is 2-0 one more than one place to play the hand?
Good question. I'm guessing that this partnership would play more natural stuff than most, and so 3 clubs. It might be a Lebensoll sequence rather than a 2 places to play sequence, since
I don't think they would play 2-0 as natural.
no, but it might play it as Lebensoll because you're so wide ranging, even given the initial pass.
I like Liebensall here because you're.
Yep.
strapped otherwise. How do you ever show a partner you have values? That's my guess anyway.
Yep. If East
Oh,
bids,
look at the next hand. Well, how many spades would you bid with the East hand? Oh,
it,
he
he's,
doubled.
he's hoping that one no trump gets passed out, after which, well,
See, my opinion is one no trump doesn't get passed out when you have 7 spades.
no. But also notice West's opening bid, which probably would not meet with Al Ross' complete approval.
Oh, he had a 9 count. Nice.
Yeah, but good intermediates, the 7 of diamonds and the 7 of hearts are clearly pulling their full weight. Two clubs looks like clubs in a second place to play, as opposed to a one suited hand.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Al concurs.
Yep.
So Bobby should pass. Oh, he already passed? Yep.
So it does look like 2-0 might have been a Laban Soul sort of noise. I'm not sure. But anyway, West's 3 diamonds should be extras.
Unless, yeah.
If 2-0 was a puppet to 3 clubs,
Right.
then 3 diamonds should be extras, I think. But
A scramble or weak hearts. 2-0.
that's good.
Scramble or weak
It's
hearts.
good. So you play a direct 3 hearts as invitational, and
So now they're
Go on.
playing 3 diamonds. It's going to be another, Fleischer's going to take the lead this set. Not the lead for the whole match, but just they're going to take the lead for this set. It's a bit of a vulnerable game with the other 2.
mhm,
And this is another reason you open 2-0 on these hands.
exactly. All I can say is I'm happy to see other people getting bad results from doing what I would do. So that the next time that it comes up, I can do it again, saying, well, the law of averages supports my action.
What would you have done on this hand?
I must admit I would have opened a heart.
Yeah. I mean, just very no Trumpy looking hand to me.
Yeah, it's
And
you
and
absolutely
wanna
agree
be
with you.
And you
It's-
want to be the declarer. That's the other thing. You
Yeah,
want to be the declarer. You open a heart and part of it's a forcing no Trump. You are no longer the declarer. Unless, I mean, you are no longer the declarer, period.
wow. I did think that Joe was going to pass 3 spades, having opened his 9 counts, but obviously 3 spades was forcing, and
And it makes.
so it's another good reason for doing it.
Wow.
Doubled or undoubled. It's sort of a punch to the gut, isn't it? When you as South make an opening lead, dummy goes down with a 9 count for an opening bid, and you still can't beat the expletive deleted thing.
Unless you will play a low diamond back now. Now, what's the auction here? Well, who bid no Trump?
They're playing 4 spades. East
They
converted
did
3
4
out of 4
spades.
spades.
I thought that,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm willing to bet this very nice apartment that I'm living in that Nick Nickel will not open his 9-count 1 diamond. I'll even give you odds on that one if you like, Joe.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Gary. Reluctantly.
You think declare in 4 spades is going to lead a low spade to the ace? Because after all, he got the no trump overcall on his right. He's probably not going to expect the king of spades to be on his left.
There you go.
Yep. Okay, more excitement. Board 28, dealer west, north-south vulnerable, and 4 diamonds from Joe Guru, natural. Bob 11 will presumably double for takeouts.
Would you double or bid 4 spades?
I would double. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I don't feel unhappy to hear my partner either pass
Or
with
bid
4 hearts or 4 spades.
Oh, this guy's gonna bid 5 diamonds?
Good question. I don't know the answer.
Yeah,
Lots
passed.
of soft defense.
Oh, he passed and Steve will bid 4 hearts.
And will Joe Gru underlead the ace of diamonds at trick 1?
I don't think so, do you?
I think he'll lead a club. This partnership may play king from ace king when shifting to a singleton, or they may just play
And they're
king
not gonna
for.
make 4, they're going down in 4 hearts.
Yeah, yep. The spade loser.
And Fleischer is up 4 on this set. And let's see what happens on the next hand. If
Mhm.
bid, a lot of imps flying around.
Indeed. So realistically, it's a strong no trump 14-16 from north. Probably 3 spades from Ralph Katz.
Probably.
There's a straightforward end play on east. If you duck the first club, the defenders can take a spade rough, and after the shift to the 10 of clubs, if you play low from dummy and win the ace, play ace of hearts, hearts.
Yeah, they have to give
Yeah.
a rough slug.
Yeah. Yep.
And they use club 2 diamonds in the heart. Yeah.
Declare covers the 10 of clubs. East can put west in, but then west gets end played. So unless you have a sadistic sense of humor, you wouldn't bother. So 2 passes to a no trump from Fleischer. That's 14-16 on the right-hand screen. And hard for Ralph to do anything other than bid 3 spades, I would think.
I agree.
It seems to combine offense and defense.
I mean, look at his singletons opposite 4 little. What a fitter.
Yep.
and the king of spades is on. Without a guess. Even only 2 spades, it's alerted. I wonder what it is. Al, what's 2 spades? Alert, good 2 spade bid. Oh,
Oh, well, that's a good,
yes,
good,
yeah.
good hand for the method. Nick might
I don't think.
might find a 3rd spade. Well, maybe South will find a takeout double.
I don't think so. You think so, really?
Yeah. Again, it's you don't know that such odd things are happening in the other room. It might be a way to get into the auction. If it was takeout, I agree with you. You don't want to hear it go all past, but
he did double.
yeah. Now maybe West can redouble.
Are you betting on that?
No.
It's a good bid.
Feels as a past hand like you should do that.
I think you should do it also.
Yeah.
Because you could bid 3 spades. I mean, I don't think that says you stole my bidder. I think you should always bid 3 spades.
And you have
it wasn't even still your bid situation, but it was.
You have 2-0 as well for some kind of
Yeah.
real.
See, he did. He redoubled, and maybe Ralph will go.
North bid.
Especially if Marty bids 3 diamonds. $429. Brad has another good hand.
So 29. This is a natural sequence rather than a strong club sequence for them. I guess 6 spades is
It's
playable. Playable. It's not great, but it's playable.
Well, spades split and hearts.
Yeah.
Oh. If you were Ralph, if I were Ralph, I would very seriously consider bidding 4 spades down.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, Marty's still there. What did I tell you?
Oh, we
Marty
now
is
bid
still
4
there.
diamonds.
Yeah. Now's the moment to bid 4 spades and really upset the opponent.
How about double?
Sort of feels out of character a little for Nick, but again,
I think he knows for sure that Ralph has a stiff diamond now.
except Ralph might have done. Oh, I've lost my screen.
I've lost mine also.
Okay. Maybe we were just talking too much.
He bid 4 spades. He did
Well done. Again, if we haven't said that.
Well, I think you know for sure now the partner has a stiff diamond when the guy bid 4 diamonds, don't you?
Yes.
Or suspect.
Yes.
Strongly suspect.
I'm not that we should have any reason to been any doubt about the Nicol and Katz's partnership. Their record is
Unbelievable.
good enough. Is it early 90s? Did they start playing? No, of course, Dick Freeman. Nick and Dick played together for quite a long period of time, but they really do know their stuff.
They know their stuff, and they are really great judgment in high level situations. And Nick really reasoned this out, right? I mean, Nick's been playing great this set, even though he didn't hit 4 spades.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, I mean, I would have done differently. He did, or he certainly did some things to gain him, so I would have not gained him some.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing they know. Did Al Hollander say that their auction where it went a club, whatever, 3 diamonds was 665?
I don't know that he knew that it was 6-5. No, I think I think it was just natural. I don't think it was anything more.
But it was whoever has that auction, it's a very good bid, solid, good bid. I'm bidding what I've got, right?
Mm-hmm. So it looks like on board 29, where East West have play for 6 spades, that Grew and Moss have stopped in 5 hearts, which should not go down, but it isn't cold up when they lead a spade. If the heart king was wrong, they might be threatening the spade raft. Not an easy hand for Brad Moss to play.
No. Brad's a really good player.
A more expected level of preempting from West, 3 diamond opening. You would guess that if North doubles that South would bid 4 diamonds to get his partner to pick a major. But as we can see, 4 hearts and 4 spades are equivalent pretty much.
Exactly. This is the hand that Joe opened.
4
diamonds. Wow, they may pass. May go 3 hearts all. It's gonna go 3 hearts all pass is my guess.
So good evaluation by South.
Yeah.
Treating his Queen Jack of diamonds as worthless, which is certainly true today, although would not always be the case against Nick Nicol, more likely to be the case than against Joe Grew.
The last hand is coming up in the other table.
Right. And what was really an extremely entertaining set of boards. You cannot complain about possibility for swing in this set. Both tables generating more than 4 imps aboard with some unlikely pushes. on the hand where both pairs played 6 diamonds in one room and 3 diamonds in the other.
Well, they played 6 diamonds in both rooms here.
Yes, here for no swing and 2
diamonds.
diamonds in the other room for no swing.
Yeah.
Beauty, like 6 diamond contracts, it must be in the eye of the beholder.
It's kind of hard to.
Okay, so now we do get this position that I had mentioned before, that because de Glera wasted the jack of clubs, East could underlead his king of clubs to end play his partner, or he could cash the king of clubs himself to end play himself.
There's no end play because partner only has diamonds.
I mean, it's a rough slough, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But he could have left his partner on play to give up the trick instead of himself.
Right. Good judgment by Chippy.
Yep. Board 30 on the left-hand side. Strong club by West in 3rd seat.
Another strong club.
3 clubs natural by North. Take out double by East. I wonder whether Joe Grew might think about passing that out. With a balanced hand and no 4-card major and no club stop.
And lots of aces and kings.
Yeah, I don't think that's at all unreasonable.
Nor do I. I mean, really, what are you supposed to do?
As the cards lie, you've got ace, king of spades and a rough, ace of hearts, ace of diamonds, and the ace of clubs. Wow.
And Bobby is a perfectly normal 3-club bid over strong.
Absolutely, that will teach him to have a proper preempt. If you're Joe Grew, you get away with doing it on a Yarborough. You kick 100 honors to 7 and you get punished. Wow. Well, that was well judged by Joe, but the card certainly helped with the decision.
Well, he had all high, his points were all winners, and he didn't have any long suits.
On the right-hand screen, Katz and Nickel having a control showing auction again over 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 2 no. I imagine West will be able to transfer and show his majors. Very slight indication from Brad Moss's point of view. If his partner had ace, king, 3rd of spades and wanted a heart, he might have played the ace before the king of spades. You're a little surprised that Grew ducked the jack of hearts. I suppose he thinks his partner with 5 hearts might have led a low one to stop his partner doing that. So. Yeah.
I'm not, I don't.
Yeah.
With 5 hearts, game 4 is probably 3 clubs, 3 hearts, so he would know by the auction.
And it looks from Ralph Katz's point of view that he's missing an ace and a king, so he can pass 4 spades, knowing that slam at best is on the heart finesse.
Yeah.
Again, well bid.
They may pick up an imp.
Yep, maybe. At most, yeah. At this rate, it might be 2 imps.
And the last one, they could be in 3-0 down. I don't know if they're gonna play any 3 clubs double, because it's gonna look like it's gonna go diamond. I guess 2 clubs only. And this
I feel
hand,
like if it goes past a diamond, 3 clubs.
it might go 2 clubs only.
This is Marty Fleisch. It's Marty Fleischer in the North Seat. I think he's more likely to bid 4 clubs than he is to bid 2. Marty doesn't like to be sold short in the auction. He underbid once and he discovered he didn't like it, and he decided he wouldn't do that again.
Oh, there you go.
I had
So they're gonna pick up
Right.
again on this.
I think he's run out of trumps, hasn't he? So he has to lose a club at the end, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna make 6.
Yep.
I think on the next one, it's gonna be curious to see what
Yep.
happens. It's not gonna be a good position for Ralph and Nick.
No, we've seen quite a number of positions where they've been needed to do the right thing to push the board, and
This one's gonna be really tough, Barry.
absolutely, because if it goes a diamond past 3 clubs or a diamond past 2 clubs, there's no penalty coming after a diamond past 3 clubs. If Southwest reopens with a double, East would bid 3 diamonds. So I can't see how they can lose less than 4 or 5 imps on the board, even if
Completely.
opponents get it right.
Maybe he'll bid 4. I don't think he's gonna bid 4 clubs. He's got defense.
No. Well,
You know him better than I do.
no, I did just play a quarterfinal match against him, and I will say Marty likes to bid and he likes to preempt, and the vulnerability is not something that worries him. So we'll see.
Barry, thank you for being my partner here. 4 clubs, he did it, you're right. Now they may play 4 diamonds down.
Yeah.
They have to lose 2 diamonds. Well, since he's the ace and he leaves low the 9, he can do it.
I think Nick will reopen with a double for sure. I know he knows he's being stolen from, and then
Yeah, but he's
Ralph
gonna,
might even bid 4 hearts.
Ralph pass.
No, Ralph passed over 4 clubs, but Nicholas doubled, and now the question is,
No, I'm saying Ralph
Oh.
pass.
uh,
It's reasonable for Ralph to pass. I mean, I guess it's not really reasonable. It's reasonable looking at all 4 hands for Ralph to pass, right?
yes,
I think he will bid 4 hearts, yeah.
yeah.
Well, how many is he gonna go down?
Not that many. I mean,
Okay.
the defenders have, if De Clara were able to negotiate the diamond suit, which I don't think he can, you could imagine him losing 2 clubs and a rough and a heart trick, but the rough sort of copes with the trump loser a bit. De Clara needs to get the hand to take heart finesses, but easier said than done. Ace, king of spades on a rough and he loses control, so very messy. The good news is that the difference between 1 down, 2 down, and 3 down is only, I think, a single imp each time. Even that applies to 4 down as well. So cheap at the price. So really, we can say that neither match is over. We'll need a significant change of impetus in each case, but
Well, Fleischer's gonna pick up 300. They're probably gonna pick up 9 on this.
yep. So they need to pick up 60 over 2 sets. I will say that we were leading them by 30 imps at the end of the first day of the quarterfinals, and we lost by 110. So we know that they have it in them, but admittedly, we might not be putting up quite such a firm resistance as the nickel team.
Well,
They played very well against us. Bramley and Woolsey had a string of excellent results with their strong club and relays and everything.
yeah, their system is good.
Yeah, and they know it, and
Yep.
they're playing. And they're each of an age where you might think that their bridge might, or their stamina might start to suffer a little, but they both played very well, very consistently.
I think for Brad, he really, not for Brad, for Bart, he really needed to focus on bridge because of the loss he just
Yeah.
had. I mean, you understand that.
Yeah,
So I think he really, because I actually corresponded with him and he said, I'm going to the trials. So I think he was there to play,
mm-hmm.
you know. Had a lot of men having horrible losses in the last year. I mean, Danny and you and Bart.
Yep. Yep. And you have to remember Jackie Mitchell as well died within the last few months.
Yeah, and Eddie just died. Canner.
Yep.
His memorial is this week.
I wonder whether Chip will exit with a spade for the rough slough after roughing this club. It's hard to see that it can cost to do that. Maybe he should play a trump. He knows De Clara has.
That's what I'm thinking. Why wouldn't he play a trump?
Well, I suppose he might be a little worried that his partner had the bare 9 of hearts left. On the other hand, De Clara can always pin that 9, whether he plays a heart or not.
He also doesn't know that Marty has 7 clubs, does he? Why can't Ralph have 5 hearts?
No.
Huh?
Well, it's certainly not clear from Chip's perspective what De Clara's shape is. It doesn't feel right to play a diamond.
No, that is. I don't think that.
And a heart may only be doing something. Well, A heart may be giving declarer an entry to hand that he didn't have. Not easy.
Well, a spade to be giving him,
A rough slough, yep. He does know that his partner doesn't want a diamond rough. The king of clubs, I think, is not consistent with that. So declarer has exactly 2 spades, 2 or 3 clubs, 4 or 5 hearts, and at most 4 diamonds.
Plays a spade. Plays a spade, he pitches a club and wins the 9 of hearts. It's a diamond to the ace. No, then he's gonna get, the guy's gonna get in and he's gonna play spades and some more. Maybe a spade is best here.
I think spade might actually give declarer a chance to make it.
Well, look, if you play a spade, then he's going to do swing the jack of diamonds.
Yep. And I think what your defenders have to do if you play a spade and declare a ruffs is cover the next heart, and then declarer can't get off dummy. But if you let the jack, it might actually the same, yeah, you have to do it that way, I think. It truly isn't obvious what to do.
Well, I think if you return a heart, it's your safest thing to do.
No, it looks like that you won't ever let the contract through unless the was going to make it anyway.
Anything else
Yeah.
could be risky.
Yeah.
And you also don't know that they don't have the 10 of diamonds on your right. We're looking at all 4 hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did play a heart. Now he needs to swing the jack of diamonds.
Which South would duck. Now declarer can't repeat the diamond. Oh, yes, he can. I'm sorry, he can repeat the
Well,
diamond.
he did do that.
Yep.
You may get up or down 1 here.
Mm-hmm. Well done.
Yeah, really well done.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a good match in prospect is probably starting in just a few minutes, is my guess.
See
Thank
later.
you, everybody.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.